Hi, I'm Jongwon.
Hi, I'm Byung.
Welcome to GreenGiant World. 앞에 얼굴 어떻게 꺼 이거?
Our understanding of adaptation happens by self-transformation, mutual transformation, and transformation of the surrounding environment, which are organized in this matrix from left to right. And these conditions are classified into natural, social, and physical adaptation for each three categories, and images representing these conditions are organized from top to bottom, forming 9 different adaptive behaviors.
From this matrix, we want to focus on the adaptation on the center, where the natural adaptation, social adaptation, and physical adaptation happens by mutual transformation. And from this adaptation concept, we developed into systems that would be the following categories.
This is our first generation model for the adaptive system. We are interested in the movement of the building elements that allows the building to be flexible and also grow programmatic spaces as it changes its form. As you can see, the building elements such as the paper clips would actually react, and it will generate surfaces, internal conditions that are temporal and that is reactive to the external conditions.
And this is the next generation of model. We made some type of unit with plastic tube and nails. So those all units is react to this magnetics, and they can really make some kind of the space between this plexi and their like a surface, so we can really check the void, how they can really connect to each other, and those kind of movement generate some kind of space inside. That means this is the way of the adaptation, we think.
This is our third generation model that is more architecturally developed in detail and also its concept. As you can see, each module is systematically adapted to sliding systems, so every module moves according to its grid systems. However, what it does is it will actually move the components or the modules so that it can actually optimize its function as power plant modules. However, also not only optimizing itself to performance, but also creating a surface exterior conditions that actually allows for different social functions to generate and grow outside of the building. Further from the adaptation studies, we begin to look into the site conditions and its surroundings so that we could find a way to adapt our building or project into the site location. This is a map that shows New Jersey power plant locations. As you can see, the site is located in the further northeast next to the New York City. However, the power plants that supports the city is actually located further from the dense area within the state. Thus, the city and also the New Jersey state has the longest distance in traverse rate in the United States. And one of the solutions that we came up with was to find a way to localize these power plant energy resources so that we could minimize the distance between the power plant and its destinations. Next is a diagram that shows the wind conditions within the New Jersey state. As you can see from the diagram on the right, that 30-meter wind speed map is really high around the site region. So the wind energy is one of the sources that could be used within the site and also surrounding conditions. Due to its function as a transportation hub, we could see that the site was heavily dense with transportation system and also traverse population. From the site visit, we were instantly able to see that there was a segregation between the north and the south, the disconnection caused by the train tracks. Also, there was a contrast, huge contrast actually, between and also outside and within the site itself. As you can see in the 3 pictures above, shows a very low density of travel population, also low in transportation. However, in the below it shows heavily dense and also very infrastructural systems that actually separates the site and also the city conditions. In order to identify the public elements, we began to do a site research of the related programs near the site. Mall and department store, cinema and theaters, social clubs that are very minimal in size and also very low in social interactions. It's the marketplace, And there are a series of schools such as elementary, high schools, and college university near the site. Through their site research, we are able to find there was various programs actually incorporating with the cities and sites. However, we were able to realize there was an absence of social interactors and social activators that actually interact and also attract people to the site. Through the site research and adaptation studies, we are able to realize the site demands more than just a pure performer. It demands a program or social attractors that would actually enable people to engage with the city and also allow for the people from the outside to be attracted to the site.
GINA is an acronym, a set of letters that stand for geometry, shapes, and function, how things work, in N is a way of saying infinite number, of adaptations, meaning there's a lot of change possible.
We're imagining a multifunctional or multi-form skin that would allow people and also the community to actually have programming spaces that they can relate to. The space would actually grow and actually change, transform, be flexible enough to allow various programs to happen in the building surface, and also its connection to the building function would actually allow for key moments of allowing the power plant to actually work within the urban conditions. Also, the project needs to be highly efficient and also flexible in order to adapt to the changing social conditions. As you can see in the Highline project and also the dense conditions that we can observe in Japan, that city actually demands for open space, and what we can see from these cases that infrastructure, once it loses its function, can actually become a new open and public green space.